Last call for Class 2, entry number 8 in the AOBs. Please make your way to the makeup area immediately. Last call for entry number 8, AOB. Class 5, this is your second call. AOBs, be making your way to the makeup area at this time. Second call, Class 5. Make your way to the makeup area, AOBs.
Well, good to start the AOB show today. I got a nice trio here to start this particular breed and division, 3 nice black heifers. Young man's going to start, I think just does so from a structural standpoint. This one's just the most comfortable out here from a skeleton standpoint. I like her head and neck. I like how her shoulder blends in there at the point of her shoulder. She just excels the other two just in her comfort level out here, their angulation and how she handles herself in the ring. No doubt stouter females here in 2 and 3, and these heifers are heavier bone, they're heavier structured, they're wider set. Just don't have the extras just as far as that maternal look like our class winner does. Aren't neat right there, as neat right at the point of their shoulder like our class winner. But really those heifers in 2 and 3 are very, very similar in type and kind. And if you like that extra stoutness and width and bulk, I don't have a problem with you using that kind over the ones that wins the class. We like their muscle, we like their mass. I just like to tone them back in their shoulder, like to give them more back slope to their knee to get them to run with our class winner. Nice class to start the AOB division.
Results from Class 1 AOB females. First place, entry number MFS Rita Rue 31M, average weight per day of gain is 3.24, exhibited by Grady Harrison from Greensburg, Indiana. Second place, entry number 3, Miss MC Lily Style, MC1, average weight per day of gain 2.70, exhibited by Ella Huey, Calhoun, Georgia. And third place, entry number 6, NBS Layla 29M, average weight per day of gain of 3.21, exhibited by Lane Coker, Charlotte, Michigan. Class 6 prospect steers. This is your third and final call. Class 6 prospect steers.
Another good class on the prospect side. And I think these two kind of worked their way up to the top for me kind of rather handily. I don't know if I just each of their structure, I think it's different. Now they want to fight the halter a little bit and kind of read through a little bit of that. I think the young lady's calf parked and stopped just hits me with the most quality. I think his balance in terms of chest back to flank is probably the best. I think he reads with a nice shape out of the back of his blade. His tail head sits in him nice. He's got enough bone to him. He gives you a neat look. Ask him to move. I wish he would just reach out of his front end a little better, have just a little more bend there to his hock, but parked and stopped. It's good enough. I think that calf's very nice. Young lady again in second. When they first come in, this one hit me pretty hard. And just in terms of his body shape, he's got a big square hip in him there. He carries it down low to his stifle. I'm not the biggest fan of his head. It kind of throws off his proportion and balance a little bit. I wish he was just a little better kind of back in there through his flank. Again, a calf that when you ask him to go, he gets out and moves. He needs to be a little better and have a little more cushion and bend to his knee. He needs to kind of relax there in his spine ever so slightly. But I think that's still a really, really good calf. From there, here comes a little more sort. I think the young lady's calf in third most resembled the two ahead of him. I think parked and stopped. He gives you a nice look. He's got a nice shape to him. A steer that probably just needs to have a little more length of hip. I'd like to maybe just give him just a little more bend there in his hock when he goes, drop him down in his flank. But he's good-bodied. He moves good enough. He's muscular. I think he's just a safe bet for third. Young man with the white steer, I like a lot of things about him in terms of just his build, his look. He's got a little... in terms of feet and bones, really, really good. There's just not enough of him right now. He's a little flat there and deviated behind his blade. When he goes away from it, he just tracks a little base narrow. Just needs to have a little more just underneath of him and open him up. Young lady, again, brings a nice, just productive-looking calf. In terms of his body, he's deep in terms of his rib. He's got a nice shape to him. He moves good enough. He could be relaxed in his pasterns a little bit. Again, a calf that just hits you with some quality and some feedability down the road. Kind of round the rest of the class out just in terms of muscle and body shape. Again, the next two probably just need to be a little better and kind of down the line a little bit. Just a little bit of structure issues there on the black and white one. The two to round the class out. Just need some more time on feed. Need a little more body and power to move up any higher.
Class 3 or Class 5 AOB exhibitors. This is your third and final call. Please make your way to the makeup area. Third and final call. Class 5 AOB exhibitors.
On the AOB side, these two young ladies brought us two really nice percentage Red Angus females. I think they're both nice in their own right. The dark red heifer just has the advantage in both bulk and density and structure. So she's just got the combination kind of in both worlds here. She's wide sprung, she's bold, she's deep bodied, she's heavy muscled, gets out and goes plenty good. Just a very, very nice one here to handle this pair. Young lady's lighter colored heifer. Like this one when she stopped and set. I think she gets her set and balanced up really nice. And I think this one get a few more trips to town. I think this one will cooperate and just show herself off a little better because she's got some nice angles up through her front 1/3. She's got some muscle and shape when you get right behind her. Just isn't quite as comfortable and coordinated when we ask them to go. I'd like to see her just handle her top and her rear too a little nicer to get more competitive with the red heifer. Very, very nice pair.
First call, Class 7 prospect steers. Please be making your way to the makeup area. Class 2 AOB results. First place, entry number 7, MRHF Cinnamon 91M, average weight per day of gain of 3.01, exhibited by Darcy Cox, Lynn, Indiana. And second place, entry number 9, Blondie Barbie, average weight per day of gain of 2.38, exhibited by Jordan Rutan, Bismarck, Illinois.
In your Class 3 results here in your Prospect Steer Show, in first place goes to entry number 279, exhibited by Carissa Treadway of Franklin, Ohio. Second place goes to entry number 218, exhibited by Layla Mollett of Mullenberry Grove, Illinois. Third place goes to entry number 5, Bella Ballard of Plant City, Florida. Fourth place goes to entry number 35, exhibited by Carson Butcher of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Fifth place to entry number 92, exhibited by Marissa Gabbard of West Harrison, Indiana. Sixth place goes to entry number 275, Caleb Tenner. Seventh place to entry number 204, Nick McConnell. Eighth place goes to entry number 65, Briar Downs. Ninth to entry number 300, Destiny Wenning. And 10th place goes to entry number 95, Arden Muckerhide.
Second call, Class 7 Prospect Steers. Please be making your way to the makeup area. Class 7 Prospect Steers. Second call.
Another nice trio on the AOB side. Cream-colored heifer that's going to start. Just the combination of the trio, like just the functional look she gives us out in this setting of 3. Very good in her shoulder and the angle to her shoulder, angle out to her hip and hock, and how she gets out and moves. I think one that's just adequate as far as muscle, but really just has the comfort level out here, that functional look and cow look that we're looking for. Real different speed here in the young lady's heifer. It's going to come in second. Love the presentation on this heifer. They got this heifer really clipped and fit nice. Young lady does an awesome job of getting everything out of this one. This one's a little more tricked out, if you want to call it, of the 3. Got a really neat look to her. Got a real show heifer look to her. Just maybe not quite as functional as the heifers on either side of her. I'd like to just see her head shape just a little more maternal, maybe give her just a little more maternal look all the way through her shoulder and through the center part of her body to get more intriguing for me. If you want to say this young man's heifer is more functional and cowier and go ahead and move her into second, I don't have a problem with that because she is a very nice cow prospect for this young man. Fundamentally, she just doesn't have a lot wrong with her. She's just not as stout, doesn't have the extras and the extra show heifer intangibles we found in the first two. A very, very nice cow prospect for that young man. Nice trio of heifers in our AOB side.
Our results from Class 3 Junior AOB heifers. First place, entry number 10, HILCO Miss Carmel 2040L, exhibited by Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky. Second place, entry number 672, Easy Foxy Lady IL, exhibited by Michaela Lowry, Crita, Florida. And third place, entry number 270, Miss C.C. Penny, 16L, exhibited by Logan Boatwright of Franklin, North Carolina. Class number 4 is in the ring at this time. Third and final call for Class 7 Prospect Steers. You should be in the makeup area. Third and final call, Class 7 Prospect Steers. This is the last call for entries number 15 and 19, AOB exhibitors. Last call for exhibitors number 15 and 19, AOB exhibitors.
Well, great pair of black heifers over here on the AOB side. Like these heifers both a great deal, even though they're in way different packages. I think they both bring some really nice things to the table. Both very highly presented, highly fit, very nicely presented cattle as they come to us today. Young ladies heifer is going to start. Just love that width and muscle and shape that she's got. If you like a little extra outward curve and turn and width and power and muscle in your females, you're going to like this heifer a lot. And with that, she really, with that extra power and shape and width, she really handles it pretty good. I think she's pretty acceptable on the move. A heifer that's just got a lot of power, a lot of muscle, and still, I think, plenty ladylike for this judge. Young man's going to be second, no doubt. That's the maternal one of the pair, big-bodied, got a little more swoop and just depth of body to her. Although I don't maybe think it's not quite as shapely as we find the heifer that wins the class, not quite as much outward curve and turn and arch and curve on the top side of her skeleton. When you get behind her, she maybe wants to disappoint you just a little bit, but when that young man gets that one stopped and parked, gives you a great look from the side. Just maybe like to see that one travel and go with a little more coordination off the rear too, but like that pair of heifers a great deal. Nice job to those young exhibitors.
Another good class here on the prospect side, and I think kind of the top end of this class probably had a little more sort and a little more kind of variety than probably what we've had. I think the young ladies painted up one to me. Kind of, honestly, he's probably one. He caught my eye when he come in. You kind of keep studying on him, the more parts and pieces you like about him. I think when she gets him stopped and he gets him parked, I think he's got a nice look to him. I love his feet, his legs, and the way he uses them, his circumference of foot and bone. I think he reads comparatively to the calf in second, right behind his blade, back through his hip. I think he's creased with more shape, more power, and that's probably what sorts it the biggest thing for me right now. Standing there sometimes, he wants to get a little easy there behind his blade, one that maybe just we could just set his hip down in him a little bit. He's kind of getting tired and restless out here, but I think that calf, when he moves, he kind of pulls it all together. I think he just kind of got the most kind of shape there, got a little more bone and look to him to go ahead and win. Young ladies calf here, parked and stopped from the side. I like a lot of things about him, just the way his neck ties in, his body shape is nice, his progression back through his flank is really, really good. He's one probably, like I said, when you get right up on him, right behind his blade, he wants to deviate ever so slightly. As he goes away from you, he maybe just wants to close up just a little bit underneath. But in terms of look, presentation, very, very high quality steer to go and be in second. Young lady in third, probably one that never just really kind of caught my eye. Kind of one just kind of kept working up the line here. He's not probably as heavyweight and mature as those ones ahead of him, but I think just in terms of his lines, his pattern, his structure, I think he does a lot of things right. He just needs to get just a little more feed into him, drop him down in his flank ever so slightly. I think a calf that when he doesn't really fight the halter as much, I think he'll look a little more relaxed in his spine, but I think he's just kind of a safe bet here for third. The young man here with the blue-colored roan steer, I like a lot of things about him. He's good there in his body shape, his depth of rib, and back to his flank. He's muscular. He's one that probably just ties in a little lower in terms of his neck set. He's one that when he goes away from you, he wants to push out on his hock a little bit, kind of wants to bow his leg as he goes away. But again, big picture, muscle, body, easy doing. That's a nice calf. The young lady here with this kind of one in terms of presentation, he gives you a neat look. He's got some extra bone to him and stuff. He's intriguing here from the side. He gets his big ears forward, gives you a nice look. I just don't think he's just opened up underneath good enough. He wants to come in at his knee. He's one that just needs just to have more genuine width and pry, a little more muscle there behind his blade. But presentation, hair quality, body type is very, very nice. Again, we get into some more steers down the line that in terms of their structure is just not 100% for me. Ones that just need a little more time on feed. Again, but a very, very nice class here as we're in the Prospect Steer Show.
Results of class number 4 of your Prospect Steer Show. In first place goes to entry number 13, exhibited by Quinn Billenstein of Kenton, Ohio. In second place goes to entry number 247, Jayla Reiser of Lucasville, Ohio. Third place goes to entry 171, exhibited by Claire Kramer of Findlay, Ohio. Fourth place to entry 129, exhibited by Cooper Hedrick of Fremont, Ohio. Fifth place to entry number 71, exhibited by Maddie Evers of Middlebrook, Virginia. Sixth place to entry number 30, exhibited by Riley Brown. Seventh place to entry number 140, exhibited by Wyatt Holloway. Eighth goes to entry number 5017, exhibited by Aiden Dempsey. Ninth place goes entry number 276, Caleb Tenner, and 10th place to entry number 74, Coy Ellington.
Results from Class 4 Junior AOB Heifers. In first place, exhibitor number 13, Miss Maya 419L. Average weight per day again, 2.52, exhibited by Morgan Neal of Bellevue, Ohio. And in second place, entry number 11, Block Nose No Limits 14L. Average weight per day again, a 2.49, exhibited by Trey Davis of Iva, South Carolina. Class 8 Prospect Steers. This is your first call. Please be making your way to the makeup area. Class 8 Prospect Steers.
These two young ladies brought us an exceptional pair of AOB heifers. Like both of these heifers a great deal. Be proud to own both of them. Wouldn't be afraid to have our kids show either one of these. I like them both. They come in way different packages. Young lady's black heifer, no doubt, a little bigger outline female heifer that perhaps just has a few more of the extras, just as far as height of shoulder, how she gets out and flexes. I think that's maybe her real true advantage in this pair, is just out on the move. She really just finds another gear, grabs and goes with a lot of comfort and authority up both ends. That one, I think, stopped and set from the side. Balances up really nice. She's got some extras as far as extension, strength at top. When you get behind her, she's got some muscle as well. If you want to gravitate to the red brockle, is just a little more your kind. If you like them just a little bit more moderate and big-bodied and cowy looking, I don't have a problem with you tying into her. This one's big-bodied, great looking from the side. When she gets that one stopped and parked, I think she gives that black heifer a big run for her money. Maybe just when we put them in motion, that's what gets her into second for me. Just doesn't quite want to handle and push off that rear hock with as much authority and comfort as the black heifer. Great pair of really, really high quality females.
Class 6 Prospect Steers, entry number 179. Please be making your way to the makeup area at this time. Results from Class 5 Junior AOB Heifers. First place, entry number 17, SSUL Forever Charmed, 355.7L. Average weight per day again, a 2.44, exhibited by Carter Cornergay, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Second place, entry number 16, MCL Smiles, 3011. Average weight per day again, a 2.13, exhibited by Elise Lentz, Creston, Iowa. This will serve as the second call for Class 8 Prospect Steers. Second call, Class 8 prospect steers. Belted Galloway exhibitors, we will begin weighing at 5:45. The show will start promptly at 6 p.m. Belted Galloway exhibitors, weighing starts at 5:45. We will start the show at 6 p.m. Entry number 179, prospect steer. Please make your way to the makeup area immediately. Entry number 179, prospect steer. Third and final call, Class 8 prospect steers. Please make your way to the makeup area. Third and final call, Class 8 prospect steers.
Well, as we get our champion lineup out here for our AOB show, kind of had a fast-paced AOB show, but a lot of quality in these 5 classes. We started with some really nice calf divisions. I think some calves out of them first 2 classes is going to be a lot of fun for those young exhibitors. I think there's some ability to go ahead and get better at every day out for that young man's black heifer, one that just reads later maturing, got some quality just to step off the side of her, paints a great silhouette. I think just got that late maturing look that where she's going to go ahead and get better every day of her life for that young man. Young ladies, percent Red Angus out of the 2nd class. We talked about her, just really opened up, dense, big-bodied, just a really, I think, a neat cow prospect, yet still got some neat show heifer intangibles to go along with it. I think just a very complete one there that fundamentally does a lot of things right. We got into them fall heifers there, or summer-born heifers in our 3rd class, and we got an intriguing trio there, all just a little different. Young lady's cream-colored heifer here, just very functional in her type and kind, one that just won that class just off of comfort level and structure and angles. Then we get into a pair of heifers here in our 4th and 5th classes here. I think are really, really exceptional, and I think there's some give and take between those 2 females. I think obviously you love the muscle and shape and stifle and just power and width in the young lady's heifer out of the 4th class, the heifer that just really gives you a lot of just mass and muscle, yet still I think is adequate just as far as how her maternal look that she's got. She's not maybe not doesn't give you that totally maternal look, but yet I don't call her terminal by any means. I think she's just a really heavy muscled stout one that does a lot of things right. Young lady's heifer out of that last class, that was a great pair of heifers out of that last class that contrasted quite a bit. Just love the young lady's heifer that wins that last class, just in motion. This one can really get out and go. She kind of wants to act up a little today. She's wanting to go, but to be honest, that's her advantage, is movement, and she's just showing herself off. So that one's got a lot of neat show heifer intangibles to her, just as far as being extremely nice to her front 1/3, great off the side, one that's really flexible, yet I still think adequate as far as her muscle and stoutness. So I think there's some choices out here. I think no doubt going to get one out of here that's going to look very well in the Supreme Drive here tomorrow night, and just a very, very nice division here. The last time I was at the North American, got to judge here, was the COVID year, and I think, and so there was a lot of uncertainty at that time. A lot of people were just ready to get back to normal at that time. So that was the last time I got to step on the green shavings, and it's good to be back. And I think anybody that aspires to judge cattle shows knows what it means to step on the green shavings. And for all you youngsters out there that want to get to this point, you can get there. Just keep on working. It's a great privilege and honor to work with these young people and to evaluate the cattle. So, like I said, we're going to get a great pair of them out of this division. Put our hands together for this AOB division. We'll get you a champion reserve.
Another good class here on the prospect side, and big class, lots of variety, lots of differences to kind of pick and choose from. The young lady's black and white steer, when he first come in the ring, he hits you pretty hard. I think he's won just in terms of body shape and look and kind of progression and being wedged the right way. I think he reads it probably the nicest and most shape there behind his blade back to his hip. He gives you a really good look here when he's parked and stopped. He balances up good. I'd like to see that calf maybe it's just because he's always been kind of the first one moving. Just relax his ankle ever so slightly, get out and go. Highly presented, muscular, big bone, got a neat look to him. I think he comes to the top rather handily for me right now. From there, I think kind of from 2nd to 5th, it kind of gets a little more in terms of sorts. I thought the orange calf probably is just the most productive in his body type, his depth of rib, his heart back through his flank. That calf going to get set up. He gives you a neat look to him. I think he'll feed really, really well. His structure's good. He's loose build. He probably just wants to pigeon toe ever so slightly, wants to push out and kind of bow his hind leg as he goes away from you. He could use just a little more punch there in the terms of his lower stifle, but I think in terms of body and feedability and just practicality, I think he's the second best option for me. The shorthorn appearing steer, again, big scaled, long, level, a calf that's got a nice shape to him. He gets a little flat there in his forerib, has a little bit of shoulder to him. He moves good enough in terms of kind of how he gets out and reaches and handles everything. He maybe wants to push out on his hock ever so slightly, but again, big scaled calf that's got some muscle, needs a little forerib, needs a little more body there in terms of his rear flank, but a nice place to be in third. From there, again, a little more sort and challenge. I thought the young ladies steer here in fourth. Kind of just what you see is what you get. I think he gives you a neat look. He's one that's good there in terms of his body. He reads with enough muscle. I think his structure and stuff just kind of complements everything. He's good there in his forerib and body. He's got enough shape up high. I think just a little more time on feed and just kind of get him a little lower there in his flank. Needs just a shot of punch there in terms of his lower stifle when he goes away, but good practical steer. Young lady's brockle-headed steer, one when he first come in. He really caught my eye. I really wanted to dive in and like him. And I think when he stops, he kind of gives you a neat look. He's level. He kind of everything kind of balances up okay. He's one that just ties his neck in a little lower. He's one that just needs just more real body in terms of just his flank, his depth of body. I just think he just needs more of them just when he goes away from you in terms of muscle. And then on top of that, his structure is just good enough. He's a little straight there in his hock when he goes. I just think he just needs a little more time on feet and see how he develops, but he's a very nice calf to be here fifth in a very tough class. Again, just kind of round everything else out. I mean, the next couple calves parked and stopped are nice. Structure's just good enough. This little guy here just needs to grow. He just kind of wants to push out on his hock. Young man, again's got a nice steer, parked and stopped. I really liked him. Gets a little flat there in terms of his muscle behind his blade. He needs to just reach and go with more comfort and ease. Next two calves, again, body type's good. Feedability, ones that just hit me a little smaller, a little quicker appearing, need to get out and go with a little more comfort and ease. Round out kind of the last four, ones that just need a little more time to develop, mature, need to be a little better structured. Thank you.
Your AOB champion heifer, entry number 17, exhibited by Carter Cornegay from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Your reserve champion AOB heifer, entry number 13, exhibited by Morgan Neal of Bellevue, Ohio. This will be the first call for exhibitors in the Belted Galloway. Scales will open at 5:45. Belted Galloway, scales will open at 5:45. First call. First call for Class 9 prospect steers. Please make your way to the makeup area. Class 9 prospect steers.
Results of class number 5 of your prospect steer show. In first place goes to entry number 22, exhibited by Macy Bowling of Greencastle, Indiana. Second place goes to entry number 93, exhibited by Marissa Gabbard of West Harrison, Indiana. Third place to entry 283, exhibited by Audrey Waits of Rushville, Indiana. Fourth place to entry number 178, exhibited by Chloe Landfair of Strikersville, New York. Fifth place to entry number 209, exhibited by McKay Brothers of Wilmington, Ohio. Sixth place goes to entry number 123, Andrew Hartman. Seventh place to entry number 47, Colby Cooper. Eighth place to entry number 97, Gracie Gasper. Ninth place goes to entry number 5015, exhibited by Brenner Schulte. 10th place to entry number 223, Caden Gardner. 11th to entry number 91, Mason Fuller. 12th to entry number 89, McCandle Freeman. And 13th goes to entry number 105, Lincoln Glasser. Now exhibiting in the ring of your prospect steers is class number 6. Attention in the barns, this is your first call. Classes 1 through 4, belted Galloways. First call, classes 1 through 4, belted Galloways to the makeup arena.
Class 7 prospect steers, entries number 250 and 87. Please make your way to the makeup area immediately. Entries number 250 and 87, Class 7 prospect steers. Second call, Class 9 prospect steers. Make your way to the makeup area. Second call for Class 9 prospect steers.
These two young exhibitors bring their heifers out for our champion bred and owned AOB, and really like both these females. Liked them in the show, and not only are they bred and owned, but they were right in the mix in the owned show there. I think both the butterscotch heifer won a nice class, and young man's heifer was second behind a really very nice one in the owned show. So I don't think it's easy, even though these heifers are very, very different. I like both of them. I think both bring some neat things to the table. I think you'd maybe like to put both of them together just to make a little more of the ideal one for me, but I think both have their advantages out here. I don't think you go wrong either way. Let's put your hands together for these two bred and owned exhibitors. We'll get you a champion reserve.
Champion bred and owned AOB heifer, entry number 11, exhibited by Trey Davis from Iva, South Carolina. Reserve champion bred and owned female, entry number 10, exhibited by Kyra Moore from Fountain Run, Kentucky. This will be the second call for classes 1 through 4 of belted Galloways. Second call, classes 1 through 4 of belted Galloways. Classes 1 through 4, Belted Galloways. This is your third and final call. Please make your way to the makeup area. Classes 1 through 4, Belted Galloways, third and final call. Final call, Class 9 Prospect Steers. Make your way to the makeup area. Final call, Class 9 Prospect Steers.
Nice pair of females here as we start our American show. Young ladies are both from Louisiana and brought a nice pair of competitive females here. We've got an ultra black Brangus here to start with the black heifer. Really good at the ground. This one's got a great set of feet and legs. And just comparatively in this pair, this one just balances up nicer. She's leveler, like her down her top and hooks to pins. And with that, she's still got more shape and outward curve and turn from her forerib all the way back to her flank. The Beefmaster cross heifer here in second. This one's still nice and very respectable, and it would do very good in that breed if there was more of them. But this one's got some muscle, got some stoutness. I think very adequate, and when you put her in motion, just wasn't quite as neat and level out through her hip and tailhead and hooks to pins. Wasn't quite as neat down her top and out through her spine. Very, very nice one there, though, in her own right. Good pair to start this division.
Really good class here on the prospect side, and probably in terms of like sort and kind of quality and kind of where we've been through is probably one of the tougher classes just to kind of work through and kind of weigh out your options. The young ladies kind of gold-colored steer probably never really crossed my mind a whole lot. I thought he was, when he walked in the ring, he is very, very high quality. He gives you a neat look. I like the shape of his head and the way he transitions there up through his neck. He's flat-shouldered. His progressions are very, very good. His feet and legs are awesome. He's got a nice shape to him. I like the calf a lot. I think he's very, very high quality. From there, it gets a little more sort, and the smoky-colored steer here just doesn't want to act the best out here. I think in terms of just kind of shape and power and bone, standing there when he does act fine, I'm going to give him the kind of edge today. I think his angles read fairly true. It's just kind of wanting to fight the halter. But he's good there in terms of his shape back to his blade. He's good in his underpinning. I think a lot of things about that steer, just hard to get just a good read on everything. It's just kind of wanting to push him around. Young lady in the pink sweater here kind of drew a hard class. I think this calf's still green. He's immature in terms of his body type, but I still think this calf's got quality. He's got a neat look to him up front. He reads with a nice shape out of his blade back through his hip. He's got enough to him there as he kind of get underneath him and from stifle to stifle. I think he balances up pretty good. I think he just needs more time, just a little more feed. I think he kind of structures good. If I could just loosen him up in his hock, give him just a little more pry as he goes away from you underneath, but I think that calf's very nice as well. Kind of the white-legged one here again. Parked and stopped gives you a neat look. He's long-fronted. He's highly presented. He's square-backed. He's got lots of muscle. I wish he could just kind of get out. He kind of wants to, when he moves, kind of shuffle out of his hip weird, gets a little underneath himself. I think he's also one that probably just needs just a little more underneath kind of when you kind of break him down. But that's a nice calf, again, to go ahead in a tough class. Young man with the orange-colored steer again. Parked and stopped. His calf does a lot of things right in terms of his presence, his neck set, his balance is really good. He's got a nice shape to him up high. Yes, the cattle to go. He kind of wants to plan outside him, not outside himself off his front end. He kind of wants to roll off his front end a little bit. Kind of gets a little narrow as he goes away from you. Just need to open him up underneath. Need to have him track a little truer and squarer out of his blade and knee. Still a nice steer, though, to go fifth in a very, very tough class. Again, kind of round everything out here. The young lady steer, again, just needs to have just a little more just pry and muscle in him. Needs to handle his hind leg a little better. The next three black steers just need to be sounder, a little better structured, more time on feed. Again, kind of same with the other three. Just need more time, need to develop a little more, need to be a little sounder structured. Good class on the top end.
On the AOB American side here, Cody's from Oklahoma and brought us a really nice female here, a Gert cross. In God We Trust on a Gert cow, and this one's really nice. She's sound structured. He's got her presented very, very nice today. Gets her presented out here very, very well. And the heifer that's got some muscle, she's got some balance, got some structure to her. We'll get her out here in a bit in our champion drive. Congratulations to him.
Results from Class 1 Junior AOB American Influence Females. First place, entry number 51, CNM Miss Triple Crown 919M, average weight per day per gain 2.51, exhibited by Camille Cubido, Mansura, Louisiana. Second place, entry number 50, R4K Jack Lizzo, average weight per day per gain 2.69, exhibited by Georgian Kling, Gesmar, Louisiana. For our second class, American AOB Influence, first place, entry number 1, MF Sweet Baby Jesus, average weight per day per gain 2.68, exhibited by Cody Heath, Piedmont, Oklahoma. Results from Class 6, Prospect Steer. First place, entry number 179, exhibited by Madeline Lautner, Adele, Iowa. Second place, entry number 164, exhibited by Corinne Kinney, Norwalk, Ohio. Third place, entry number 261, exhibited by Vivian Sikafus from South Whitley, Indiana. Fourth place, entry number 267, exhibited by Caden Spires, Springville, Indiana. Fifth place, entry number 137, exhibited by Colby Hoffman, Richwood, Ohio. Sixth place, entry number 200, exhibited by Peyton Marley, Carsonville, Michigan. Seventh place, entry number 232, exhibited by Tanner Perron, Felicity, Ohio. Eighth place, entry number 165, exhibited by Mason Kinney, Norwalk, Ohio. Ninth place, entry number 51, exhibited by Eli Creech from Lewisburg, Ohio. 10th place, entry number 295, exhibited by Eden Wiener, Madison, Indiana. 11th place, entry number 305, exhibited by Wyatt Wolfer, Williamsburg, Ohio. And 12th place, entry number 183, exhibited by Bergen Leonhardt from Bucyrus, Ohio.
On the American side, Taylor brought us a Beefmaster heifer here, an August born. Very, very nice. Long-sided, good structured, still got some muscle to her. Heifer that's got looks like she's going to have a really exceptional udder, just as level and refined as her teats are. Very, very good prospect, I think, for her. We'll get her back out here in a bit for our champion drive.
This will be the first call for Class 10 prospect steers. First call, Class 10 prospect steers. Class 9 prospect steers, you should be in the makeup area. Results from Class 3 Junior AOB Heifer American Influenced Heifers. JCS 08110 SF Daisy, average weight per gain, day per gain 2.11, exhibited by Tylee Cooper of Marysville, Louisiana. Belted Galloway exhibitors, Class 7 and on, please make your way to the makeup area. Class 7 and on, Belted Galloway exhibitors. This is your first call. Make your way to the
Young Ben brought us a nice pair of American heifers here. I'm going to use the Beefmaster heifer here. I think just one that's just a little more comfortable out here from a structure standpoint. I like her angle to her shoulder better. I think she's more flexible down her spine and out through her hip, and consequently handles her hip and rear leg and hock and pastern better than her heifer here in second. No doubt, I think a little more stoutness, a little more outward curve and turn and shape to the heifer that's going to be in second. Just doesn't balance up quite as nice as that female that wins the class. It isn't quite as comfortable and flexible on the move, but no doubt one that's got some extra muscle and width and power in this pair of females.
Results from Class 4 Junior AOB American Influence. First place, entry number 54, CM TaylorMade Lady Voodoo, 2302. Average weight per day per gain, 2.04, exhibited by Kale King, Iowa, Louisiana. Second place, entry number 52, RDAC Sharon. Average weight per day per gain, 1.71, exhibited by Lane Dunn of LeCompte, Louisiana. Class 10 prospect steers, please make your way to the makeup area. This is your second call. Class 10 prospect steers. Reminder, exhibitors, there is no aerosol cans in the makeup area or Broadbent Arena. No aerosol cans in the makeup area of Broadbent Arena.
As we get out here for our champion drive, our AOB American show, not a big show in numbers, but I think it really came together nice. We get our class winners out here and started off really strong there with a good pair of heifer calves. I think both offer a lot of good to them. Then we got into some different breed types as we worked on there throughout the show. But I think they all very respectable within their own breeds, and as they go and show against the cattle of their respected breed, I think all would be very, very competitive. So I think it comes down to a very, very nice lineup out here to pick this American champion. And this is actually the third time in the last 8 months I've got to sort American cattle. I've been to Texas twice, and yeah, they're very, very intriguing to me. Just something different to look at, but cattle that got a lot of good in them once you start studying them, and just very, very neat to get them all together out here and pick a champion reserve. So I think we're going to get a very, very nice one to represent this division. Go ahead and give these exhibitors a round of applause. We'll get you a champion reserve.
Your champion, AOB American Influence. Entry number 1, Cody Heath from Piedmont, Oklahoma. Reserve champion, AOB Influence female. Entry number 51, Camille Cabadou from Manslaughter, Louisiana. And your champion bred known female, entry number 50, exhibited by Jora Kling of Gesmar, Louisiana.
Very good class here on the prospect side again, and I think these two calves are both really nice. I think they've got some similarities, but I also think they got a lot of differences. And to